It's not there in the app.
End of the class we'll check. Okay. Good morning, dear students, and today we will move on to a new. We are going through this topic on amalgamation of firms. So we are going to do a problem which I dictated in the last class. So let us go through that first, and then we will go to piecemeal distribution. So I'll read out the question. I'll also share the Excel file, and then we will go through the problem. Okay. So let me share the Excel file where I have given the question in the last class. Okay. Shall I open the Excel sheet? Okay, this is the question. I'll quickly read this. Very important type of problem in amalgamation. Okay. I'll read this and I'll solve this problem. P and Q were partners sharing profits and losses equally. Okay, I'll share the screen, sorry. Just confirm if you're able to see the screen.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay, fine. Okay, fine. So P and Q are partners sharing profits and losses equally. They agreed to amalgamate as on 31/12/97 with R and S, who carried on a similar business, sharing profits and losses in the ratio of 2:1. The summarized balance sheet of the two firms as on 31/12/97 were as follows. Asset side, premises P and Q 4,000, motor vehicle P and Q 1,700, R and S 1,300, debtors 4,300 less provision 4,100. And for R&S it's 2,600. That means for R&S there is no provision for bad debts. Okay. Cash in hand for P and Q 1,700, for R&S it's nil. Balance sheet asset side total of P and Q 18,500 and R&S total of 8,500. Coming to the liability side, P's capital 7,500, Q's capital 5,000, R's capital 3,000, S capital 1,000, creditors 6,000 and 2,500, bank overdraft nil and 2,000. Total balance sheet 18,500 and 8,500. The terms of amalgamation are as follows. S was to retire on 31/12/97 and the balance due to him being left as a loan with the new firm. Profits were to be shared in the new firm in the ratio of P1/2, Q1/4, R1/4. The value of goodwill of the firm was agreed at 4,500 for P and Q and 3,500 for R and S. The firm was to take over all the assets and discharge all the liabilities of the whole firm, but the assets were to be revalued as follows. Premises P and Q 6,000, motor vehicle 1,400, R and S 450, stock 6,000 and 4,300, debtors 4,250 and 2,375. The capital of the new firm was to be taken as rupees 1,50,000 and was to be contributed by partners in the profit sharing ratio. Any surplus or deficiencies are to be transferred to current account. No account for goodwill was to be maintained in the books and adjusting entries for transaction between partners being made in the partners capital account. Show the opening balance of the new firm. So wonderful problem. So this problem involves three things. One is revaluation of assets and liabilities. So let us prepare revaluation account. Actually, there are two things to be done. Revaluation of assets and liabilities of PQ and Co and RS and Co. Then goodwill treatment, and then comes the new capital, new firm and all that. Okay. So we can do it in 2-3 ways. I would prepare the account. That is, you can actually prepare a statement like, or you can prepare an account like. I'll prepare an account format. Okay, so revaluation account. First, revaluation account of P and Q. Let's finish off that first. Now look at this. Premises of P and Q is 4,000 is increased to how much? 6,000. So what is accounting entry for that? Ledger posting for that? Revaluation account by premises. Increase in value of premises by 2,000. PQ and Co. Revaluation account of PQ and Co. Carefully observe. Premises has become 6,000. as against the book value of 4,000. Motor vehicle, is there any change? 1,700 has become 1,400. Okay, so 2 motor vehicles, 300. Am I audible?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
2 motor vehicles, 300. Then stock 6,000. Book value of stock is as far as P and Q stock, I think I have not put it here. Stock 7 and 46. Beside that, stock 7,000. கொஞ்சம் நீங்க என்ன பண்ணுங்க help பண்றது the total match ஆகுதான்னு check பண்ணுங்க. Okay, that's what I want you to do. When I type it, if I miss out, you can keep checking on simultaneous. Have a calculator along with you and keep checking these numbers and ensure that these are tallying. Okay, so 7,000 stock has been revalued at 6,000. So there is a fall in value of stock. So to provision against stock, you can say, or you can just say stock, no problem. 1,000 rupees fall in value of stock. Debtors 4,250. Now debtors gross value is 4,100. 4,300 is a gross value and revalued at 4,250. So how much is the fall in value? 150. 150. Increase in value, rather. Increase in value. So by debtors 4,100 less 4,250. Increase in value 150. Okay, yeah. So PQ 4 items are there. Premises, motor vehicle, stock, debtors. The profit or loss are solunga paakalam. Profit Q. What is the profit sharing ratio between P and Q as per the question? Profit sharing ratio between P and Q is equal. Profit sharing ratio between P and Q is equal. Okay. So what is the profit? Can you tell me?
850, sir.
50. So 425, 425. Okay. So capital account of partners. Capital account PQ. High balance brought down. What is the opening capital of P and Q? 7, 5 and 5. 5 and 5. So by revaluation profits 425, 425. Now coming to goodwill, very important. I give a note here. Note. Goodwill, look at the question. Very important point. Goodwill, look at the question. It says that the value of the goodwill of the firm was agreed to be at 4,500 for P and Q and 3,500 for R and S. And one important point we have said is no account for goodwill was to be maintained in the books and adjusting entries to be passed. Okay, adjusting entries to be made in the partner's capital account. Now, very important step. This is a very important step. So they are talking about don't account for any goodwill. So P and Q, I am going to raise it and then write off in the new firm. So by goodwill, okay, this is an important treatment. You are actually raising and writing off. For goodwill books, the accounting treatment is raising goodwill and write off. Raising in old ratio and write off in new ratio. So what is old ratio between P and Q? Equal ratio. What is the value of goodwill of P and Q? 4,000. Value of goodwill of P and Q is 4,500. So 4,500 in equal ratio. How much you get? Raising goodwill. You are raising goodwill. Very good. So 7,500, 425 and other things. So what is the closing capital agreed? The closing capital of the firm was agreed to be at 1,50,000 to be contributed by partners in profit sharing ratio. I'll come to that part. Closing capital come to that separately. So there are, and I can also do R and S here, but I will do it separately. So we will retain the capital account. The revaluation account of R and S. What are the items of revaluation of R and S? R and S, carefully observe. Premises no change. Motor vehicle 450. What is the book value of R and S motor vehicle? 1,300 is becoming 450. Yeah, 1,300 is becoming 450. What is the change in value? 450 or 1,450?
850.
1 minute. The value of goodwill, the firm was motor vehicle is 1,450. There's a printing error issue. 1,450. There's a printing error. Motor vehicle is 1,450. So book value is 1,300. The revalued figure is 150. So increase in value of motor vehicles. Increase in value of motor vehicles. So by motor vehicles, how much is the change? 1,450 to 1,300 can I change?
150.
150. Very good. And as far as revaluation of stock is concerned, it's 4.3 here. What is the book value of stock? 4.6. Increase or decrease? Decrease. Stock to stock. Motor vehicle increase or decrease? Stock. Carefully observe. Stock or book value in stock or book value 4. This is the firm was to take over and revalued at 4.3. Book value in 6. So stock is fallen value. So to
6,000, sir.
Stock fall in value 300. I think motor vehicle fall in value, increase in value. Motor vehicle. Motor vehicle is becoming 1,450 as against. Yeah, this increase in value of motor vehicle and decrease in stock. Okay. Then what is the other revaluation items of R&S? Debtors 2,375 as against 2,6. What is the difference? Fall in value of debtors. Fall in value of debtors. What is the difference?
225.
Yeah, to provision for debtors. 225. Very good. Okay. So increase in value of motor vehicle by 150. Decrease in value of stock and decrease in value of debtors. Is there any other thing we are missing out? Premises. This is another than R&S. So motor vehicle stock debtors is the so profit or loss?
Loss, sir.
Or yeah, yes, correct. What is the profit sharing bit ratio between R&S? Profit sharing bit ratio between R&S. The profit sharing ratio is 2:1. So either 2:1 is split one. What is the actual amount of loss? 525, 525, 375. Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Okay, 1 minute. Okay, 375 split one. 2:1.
250, sir.
120. Okay, very good. So now let us open capital account of R&S. Yes. Rebalance brought down. What is the balance, opening balance of capital of R&S? The balance sheet?
1,000.
1. Correct. 3,000. Then loss on revaluation loss. Revaluation loss. 250, 125. Then by goodwill. Raising of goodwill. What is the amount of goodwill in the books of R&S? R&S value of goodwill is said to be 3,500. So old ratio is split one more 3,500. 3,000 or 3,500. Goodwill of R&S was valued at 3,500. There are 3,000. 3,500, 3,000. Again, a printing error. So the value of goodwill was agreed at 3,000 for R&S. So 3,000 at 2:1 ratio is split from raised from goodwill. 2,000, 1,000. Okay. So this is how the balance sheet looks like. Who is retiring? Who is retiring? Look at this carefully. S was to retire. So now S was to retire and his amount is to be left as a loan. So let us transfer that to loan account. Can we find out the balance in capital account of S? Capital account of S or a balance in environment. So 2 S loan. Balancing figure.
1,875, sir.
1,875. Very good. So S account is closed now. So 2,000. Okay. Now the balance of P and Q and R. The moon person, they are going to new firm. Goodwill to be written off. Goodwill to be written off between P, Q, and R in new ratio. Make a note. Goodwill of the firm. Goodwill will be written off because books should not appear in the books in the new ratio between P, Q, R. S is gone. S is repairing. So அவனுக்கு லோனுக்கு ட்ரான்ஸ்ஃபர் பண்ணியாச்சு. So total value of goodwill என்ன between P and Q 4,000. I mean அந்த firm PQ and Q ஓட goodwill என்ன? PQ ஓட 4,500 and 3,000. Total 7,500 new ratio ல split பண்ணனும். New ratio ல split பண்ணனும்னா new ratio என்ன கொடுத்திருக்கான் questionல. New ratio given in the question for the new firm amalgamated firm.
2:1.
Firm is given as very good. 2:1:1. Very good. 2:1:1. By 2 or 2:1:1. So in the ratio of the split panel, 2:1:1. So goodwill of the new firm to be written off between P, Q, and R. So P, Q, R. 2/4, 1, 2/4, 1/4, 1/4. So இந்த 7,500 இருக்கு இல்லையா இத மூணு பேருக்கும் நீங்க நியூ ரேஷியோல ரைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணணும். Goodwill to be raised in old ratio and written off in new ratio. Goodwill to be written off in new ratio. Goodwill to be brought in or incorporated or accounted in the firm's books in old ratio, old firms, and then to be written off in new ratio. So can you say can you split the 7,500 in this ratio? So P will get
Yes,
how
sir.
much?
3,750, 1,870.
8,750, sir.
இது என்ன என்ட்ரி தெரியுமா இருக்கு ரைஸ் பண்ணும்போது குட்வில் டெபிட் பண்ணுவோம் ரைட் ஆஃப் பண்ணும்போது கிரெடிட் பண்ணுவோம் பீஸ் கேபிட்டல் இம்பார்ட்டன்ட் கியூஸ் கேபிட்டல் ஆர்ஸ் கேபிட்டல் குட்வில். So it is 7,000. The easiest approach, don't follow any other approach. The accounting entry. So நான் இப்ப என்ன பண்ண போறேன்னா PQ R மூணு புக்ஸ் மூணு பேர்லயுமே நான் தனியா அக்கௌண்ட் ஓபன் பண்ணாலும் ஓகே தான் அந்த சேர்த்து அக்கௌண்ட் பண்ணணும். நான் PQ R தனியா ஓபன் பண்றேன். நியூ அமால்கமேட்டட் ஃபர்ம்ல ஓகே கேபிட்டல் அக்கௌண்ட். இருக்கிற கேபிட்டல் நான் இங்க கொண்டு வரேன். ஆல்ரெடி ஓல்ட் ஃபர்மோட கேபிட்டலை I will bring it to new firm. Carefully observe PQ capital balance. Balance carried out. Balance transfer to new firm actually. Okay. So P or capital and total for Mobile. Plus 425 plus 2250. What is the total?
Ten 175, sir.
Very good. For Q,
Seven six one.
sorry, 7675.
75.
Very good. So I'm going to transfer this to the new firm. To balance carry down, I'll put it for easy understanding. Transfer to new firm, amalgamated firm. Okay. Under new firm. So here for capital balance is N175, Q767. So the accounts as far as PQ and Q is closed now. Similarly, RS or capital account S loan transfer பண்ணியாச்சு. R ஓட balance என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க. Transfer to balance carried down. Transfer to new firm. Okay, transfer to new firm. So please tell me what is the balancing figure as far as S is concerned. I mean R is concerned. 4,000.
4,750.
Very good. So 5,000. So இப்போ நான் என்ன பண்ண போறேன், இந்த பேலன்ஸை நியூ ஃபர்ம் பண்றேன். இது கேபிட்டல் அக்கவுண்ட் ஆஃப் நியூ ஃபர்ம், நியூ அமால்கமேட்டட் ஃபர்ம். நியூ ஃபர்ம் சொல்றது அமால்கமேட்டட். The old firm or capital account balance, now I am bringing it by transfer from, by balance brought down, whatever. Don't worry about that. So P order balance என்ன transfer பண்ணிருக்கோம்? P order balance 10,175. This is without writing of goodwill. And Q order balance 7675. R order balance, what did we saw just now? R balance 4,700. Then incorporate the entry for writing of goodwill. Goodwill is written off, yeah. So goodwill is credited and partner's account is debited. So to goodwill. The entry what I gave you here, 3,000 PQR. PQR. Yes is retired. So 3,750, 1,875, 1,875. What you have done here, carefully observe, the revaluation profit or loss has been given effect to capital accounts. Then the goodwill account has been raised, and then in the new firm, goodwill account is written off. So goodwill account will not appear in the books. Okay. So now the balance, agreed capitals, closing balance in a fixed money account. Balance carried down. The new firm or a capital is what? Surplus or deficiency to be transferred to current account. The new capital account of the amalgamated firm is a 1,50,000 to be contributed in profit sharing ratio. Profit sharing ratio is 2:1:1. So in the 1,50,000 here, 2:1:1 is split pannu. Split 1,50,000 in the ratio of 2:1:1.
3,75,000. Sound like
the new capital is not, sorry. The new capital is 15,000. Okay, the new capital is 15,000, not 1,50,000, 15,000. A bit of printing errors in the book. 15,000 is split pannu. Closing balance of 15,000, 2:1:1. 7,500, 3,750.
3,750, 3,000.
Very good. So the balancing figure as far as P is concerned, transfer to current account. To current account transfer. P பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் கிரெடிட் சைடுல 10, இது எந்த சைடு ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கு பாருங்க. டெபிட் சைடுல கிரெடிட் சைடுல பாருங்க. By current account transfer. As far as P is concerned, please check whether debit side total is higher or credit side total is higher. So debit side you got 10,000, 11,250. So balancing figure என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க. Current account transfer for P is 1,070.
1,075.
Very good. Let us look at Q. Q credit side total ஜாஸ்தியா இருக்கு. Balancing figure என்னன்னு சொல்லுங்க பாக்கலாம். What is the balancing figure as far as Q's capital to be transferred to current account?
2,050.
So this side you have got higher figure, which is, what is the total of debit side? What is the debit side total?
5,000.
plus total சொல்லுங்க. 5,625. Okay. What is the balancing figure?
875, sir.
Very good. So 875. Yeah, that's right. 875. Now that's done. So your transfer to current account can go to balance sheet of the new firm. They are asking balance sheet only. Amalgamated firm. P, Q, R. I am going to now suppose incorporate the asset side balances and liability side balances at the revalued figures. Carefully observe. Revalued figures பொறுத்த வரைக்கும் PQRS 2 இருக்கு இல்லையா? So what is the, go item by item. Go item by item. First item is premises. Premises, can you tell me what is the revalued figures of premises? PQ ல மட்டும் தான் இருக்குது. only in PQ. So dear students, I hope you are all able to understand. What you have to do is now add up the assets and liabilities and revalued figures and incorporate in the books of the new amalgamated firm, which is PQR. So premises is only of PQ. So there is no premises for RS. So PQ or balance மட்டும் நீங்க போட்டா போறோம் revalued figure. What is the PQ's revalued figure?
6,000.
Okay. PQ's revalued figure 6,000. This is 6,000. What is the next item as per balance sheet? Balance sheet
Motor
question. Very good. Motor vehicle for PQRS ரெண்டுத்தையும் add பண்ணுவோம். Revalued figures. உங்களுக்கு புரியறதுக்காக நான் இங்க போடுறேன். Motor vehicles PQRS. PQ ஓட revalued figure என்ன? Motor vehicle.
1,400.
PQ ஓட 1,400. Okay, good. RS
1,450.
So ரெண்டுத்தையும் add பண்ணா 2,850.
2,850.
Revalued figure. Very good. Motor vehicle protection. That's stock. Stock of PQ RS. பண்ணும்போது ரெண்டு add ஆகும். PQ ஓட revalued figures என்ன? Stock.
4,250.
No, stock. PQ or stock revalued figure. PQ or stock or
6,000. 6,000.
6,000. PQ or revalued figure of stock is 6,000. RS or revalued figure of stock is
4,300.
300.
very good. So 10,300. Then you got stock to the debtors. Debtors. Now debtors PQ or develop RS or develop
4,250.
So if 200 provision written, further provision you can put the revised figures. At time or the PQ then net figure, stock the revised figure 4,250. Okay. 4,250 for PQ, RS developer.
2,375.
1,375. Okay. ரெண்டு கேர் பண்ண என்ன வருது? 6 correct?
8.
And cash on hand. Cash on hand for PQ RS. Cash entry irka paarvo. I don't think there's any entry. What is cash on hand of PQ? 1,700. And for RS, there is no cash balance. So there's no other change in cash account balance, 1,700. Then current account. Current account balance, yaarukku debit balance irukku. Adu asset side la varum. So capital account to current account na credit, by current account na debit. So P வந்து 1,075, Q is P வந்து 1,075, R is 875. So PR. P வருது என்ன பார்த்தோம் 1075, R வருது 675. 875. 75. Add up the total of current account of P and R. 1,950. Up to liability side. In liability side, yes loan account. And S ஓட balance வந்து நம்ம transfer பண்ணியாச்சு. What is S loan account balance? Capital lender, we have transferred it to loan. Okay, so kindly find out what is the figure transferred to loan. 1,875. Very good. S loan 1,875. Then current account of PQ or மூணு பேர் தான் இருக்காங்க. இப்போ Q ஓட தான் வரும். Q ஓட current account balance என்ன? தான பார்த்தோம். 2,050. 2,050. Then capital account PQR. Closing balance we have fixed பண்ணியாச்சு. 675, 1,750, 3,700. We got 15,000. Then bank overdraft. Bank overdraft, there is no change as per balance sheet என்ன இருக்கோ அதுதான். So balance sheet liner requirement. What is the figure of bank overdraft as per balance sheet? Overdraft you have been given for RS 2000. So there is no change in that. That will continue. Creditors. Creditors for PQRS developer. Creditors 6 and 25, no change. 6 and 25, 85. PQ 6 plus 25. ரெண்டுத்தையும் add பண்ணா உங்களுக்கு வர figure 85. That's all. Now can you add up the total and check whether the balance sheet is tallying? This is the amalgamated balance sheet of as on whatever date. Okay, as on amalgamated date. So as on what date? 31/12/97. Amalgamation. Please tell me whether the balance sheet total is matching.
Yes, sir.
Matching? What is the total of balance sheet you're getting?
29,425.
Very good. So you're done. Let me explain the steps involved once again here. There's a beautiful problem in amalgamation. First step, we have to carry out. You can do it in a statement form itself, but I want you to be clear on the conceptual basis so that I'm using the account method. So first of all, there is some revaluation happening. You are doing revaluation of PQ and Co and RS and Co. Profit or loss on revaluation is transferred to capital account of partners. You're opening the capital account of partners and transferring the revaluation profit or loss and also raising goodwill. So you're doing similar exercise both for PQ and Co and RS and Co. And then you are determining the capital balances of P and PQ and RS, and S in this case is retiring. So you are treating his dues as loan, and the three new partners are coming into picture, PQR, and the goodwill to be not appearing in the books. That's a point given. So you're writing up goodwill by passing an accounting entry for the entire value of goodwill. 45 plus 3 in this is PQ is 45, RS is 3000, so total is 75. So PQ, RS, S is gone. Only three partners are left out. So they are forming the amalgamated firm. So goodwill is 7,500. So this is how you close the capital account of balance, transfer the current account balances to current account, and eventually your balance sheet tallies. We understood or not? All of you, please let me know if you understood. If you got any doubts, please let me know.
Understood, sir.
Sir, what happened
Yeah.
to the provision for bad debts?
Provision for bad debts is netted off the revised figure, revalued figures. You can show that also if you want to. So what is the provision as per the balancing figure? Gross value gross value of PQRS available. Gross value. Gross value means 26 debtors வந்து பாத்தீங்கன்னா உங்களுக்கு 26 ல 2375 ஆயிடுது as far as RS is concerned, and as far as PQ is concerned 41 has become 4250. So existing balance sheet la enna irukku provision, existing balance sheet provision 200 irukku illaya. So in the 200 da it's undergone a change. So 43 is the gross value here. Adha 200 போயிட்டு ஏற்கனவே அதனால தான் நம்ம 41 ல இருந்து நம்ம ரீவேல்யூ பண்ணிருக்கோம். From 41 we have revalued to 4250. Okay, so then from debtors from 26 we have revalued to 2375. So you can put the final figure. That's okay. Clear?
Yes, sir, got it.
Yeah. So you can very well put this figure as a final figure, which is the total of 6. Illati neenga idu panni kaatranum adu thevai not required because new firm na you are bringing into the books. Clear? Any other doubts? Wonderful problem on amalgamation. In fact, my dear students, again, I just saw the question paper in the app. It's already there. Okay, I don't know. Here you can recheck. It's there in the study material main tab, and I just now checked whether I missed uploading it. I have uploaded it. It's already available. Yesterday itself, or rather on that day itself, I have done that because one of our students had sent the question paper. So I had uploaded the question paper. All of you kindly check it. In fact, there is a problem on managerial remuneration. What we did, there is a problem on 20-mark question on profit prior to incorporation and post incorporation. 20-mark question, which we have done in the class also. So I don't think you'll have any issues in the exam hall. We have done every type of problem. Honestly, every single problem in the question paper is something what we've done in the class. I'm not exaggerating. You can check for yourself. Okay, so I have seen the paper. So almost every question, bonus issue, rights issue, generalizing. So one question on hire purchase, one question on profit right incorporation, one question on single entry. Every single type of problem we have done in the class. Please check and let me know if you're able to appreciate that these questions have indeed been done in the class. In fact, had you gone for exams yesterday, you would have cleared it. That means to the extent we have covered, almost everything has been covered for you except accounting standards. Few standards are there. But apart from that, everything else has been covered. All those things are available in the question paper. So I'm personally satisfied because I keep validating our teaching and coaching, whether we are in the right track or whether whatever we do in the class or the students getting it in the exam, etc. So quite happy and pleased to observe that these questions have indeed been done in the class and we've got it in the exam also. So time after time, we are proving it that whatever we do in the class, you still get it in the exam. Okay, maybe here and there some small tricky points will be there. You have to apply your mind and do it in the example. That is all about professional exam. You can't exactly verbatim expect the same problem. Some minor tinkering will be there here and there. That you have to understand the connotation of the question and apply your understanding and do it. That's all. Otherwise, every single question is in line with what cash flow statements problem is there. You have done it. Okay, so cash flow, single entry, hire purchase, profit right incorporation, bonus issue, rights issue, and what are the other topics in group one? Department accounts we have done in the class. Simple problem in department accounts. Distributing the cost between departments. All that we have done in the class. Will you check the question paper, my dear students? So will you allot some time for that?
Sure.
Yes, sure.
Sure, sir.
So you need to be really, like next question paper in Nikki, I think it's final or tomorrow you'll have intermediate. So next question paper, cost accounting, everything I'll be posting in the GCC Academy. Kindly go through that. Almost on a day-to-day basis, unless there is a delay. At least next day I will try to post it in a day or two. So while you have to look at the study material tab in the main app, and under that, if you click, you'll have CA intermediate. Can you check after the class is over? Under that study material tab, you click it, you'll get CA intermediate. May 2022 exam question papers. In that, you will be getting all the questions. Yeah. Shall we proceed further? Any other doubts at this stage? So we have come to end of this topic on amalgamation. It's the variations. Some books they open realization account also. That is also okay. So no need to worry about it. So realization account which dissolution it is like a sale to a company. Amalgamation is going on the entity concept. The existing partnership firm, it's getting closed and they are transferring everything to the new firm. Okay. So upon a sale to a company concept model on the play out. So if at all you find it in the book also, you can easily understand it by opening a realization account. In the normal course of dissolution, you open realization account to close the books of accounts. Same thing will apply there. But these are the problems what we did now and the last class problem were very, very important from exam point of view. So we can expect it in this exam, amalgamation. And then there I think partnership what they asked. Partnership, I think they asked. Forgot that. Partnership group 2 them. Okay, sorry. Partnership for CAs in group 2. So nothing has been asked in that. So group 2 paper but amalgamation okay, so another thorough. Okay, shall we proceed to the last topic in partnership accounts, piecemeal distribution?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, what is piecemeal distribution? Now, all along, particularly in dissolution, we have been assuming that the assets are sold on a day, the liabilities are paid off on a day, and so that means you come to office in the morning, you sell your assets, you repay all your liabilities, close your office, put a board, firm dissolve, and go home happily. That was the assumption. But practically, it doesn't happen that way. Practically, it happens in a way where you keep realizing assets in a gradual manner. So today you sell stock, tomorrow you sell furniture, day after tomorrow you sell your machinery. It takes probably a month's time to realize assets and to taking the available cash to pay off your liabilities. Now here, the sequencing of payment of liabilities is very, very important. You have to first pay off third-party liabilities. Third-party liabilities will stand in terms of ranking pari passu. So let us say, for example, a firm has got cash of 1 lakh rupees and they have to first pay off bank overdraft repayment or any third-party loans repayment, or then partners loan to be paid off. And then finally, whatever balance of this is piecemeal distribution pair or gradual realization of assets in pair. So you keep realizing as and when you get cash, you first pay whatever available cash to third parties. Then if there are more than 2 loans to third parties in pro rata basis, outstanding in the ratio and the ratio pay. For example, bank loan 1 lakh, third party loan 2 lakhs, 1:2 ratio available cash. So you keep using your available cash first, then realize your assets and keep using that proceeds for repayment of third-party loan everything. Once third-party loan everything is completed, then comes the last aspect of distributing the available cash to the partners. This is where we are going to adopt, have 2 methods. One is called the higher relative capital method. The second one is called maximum loss method. Initially, we are going to focus on higher relative capital method. What is this higher relative capital method? Higher relative capital method means a method where you have to identify the partner who has got the highest capital among the available partners and repay him off. And then the balance will be repaid to other partners. To give an example, carefully observe, here the profit sharing ratio doesn't apply up to a point. Now, let us say a company has got 5 lakhs of cash. I'll show you with an example that is easier for me. Okay. So I'm going to show you an example of, we are going to prepare a statement, piecemeal distribution. I'm going to first talk about higher relative capital method. Carefully observe. Here, let us say you're going to have a statement to be prepared, particulars. You have balances of cash. You have bank loan. You have partner loan, A's loan. Let us say 3 partners or 2 partners, A, B, C. So you have a balance as per balance sheet, cash balance of 1 lakh, bank loan of 2 lakhs, A's loan of 1 lakh 50, capital of 1 lakh 50, B's capital of 2 lakhs, capital of 2 lakhs. And profit sharing ratio is equal. Profit sharing ratio, let us say for example, equal. Okay. So here what you want to do, payment of loan. How much of cash you got? 1 lakh. How much of bank loan you got? 2 lakhs. So you paid first that 1 lakh. This becomes 0. This becomes 1 lakh. First realization. First realization, first one is asset withdrawing. So let us say you're disposing of furniture. Disposing of furniture for 25,000 rupees. You're disposing of debt as part of it, 50,000 rupees. And you got machinery, 1 lakh. Let us say you're realizing 1 lakh. So how much you got totally now? 1 lakh plus 50 plus 25, 1 lakh 75. Out of 1 lakh 75, I'm going to pay off bank loan, 1 lakh. So this bank loan, I have paid off 1 lakh. The balance available now, as far as bank loan is concerned, becomes 0. Already cash is 0. Now what is the balance left out? You got 125, 25, 50, 175, 1%. Back available. You have amount of cash available? 75,000. Now, out of the 75,000, you're going to pay A's loan. You're going to pay A's loan. So A's loan is already 150, 75, so 75,000. Balance. So you're able to follow this or not?
Yes, sir.
You got balances which has to be listed out here from the balance sheet because the firm is getting dissolved, and whatever available cash you're going to pay the available bank loan and A's loan, etc. So balance, cash, bank loan, etc. Payment of bank loan, you are making it first out of the available cash. So bank loan becomes 0. First realization, furniture 25,000, debtors 50,000, machinery 1 lakh. So you got 1 lakh 75, out of which you are repaying the balance loan of 1 lakh. So the bank loan becomes 0, and you are left with a cash balance of 75,000 to be used to repay A's loan out of 1 lakh 50. So you got balance of A's loan is 75,000. Okay. Now comes the next, second realization. Given the question itself. Okay. So again, I'm not giving any breakup of assets. So just for easy understanding, I'm telling you 1 lakh 25,000. So this is loan. You have to pay off A's loan, 75,000. So here you are paying off 75,000. The A's loan becomes 0. The cash balance becomes. So this is where the real aspect comes into play. The higher relative capital method. The balance available cash is how much? 50,000. Now this 50,000 is going to pay whom? A or B or C. Profit sharing ratio is not a criteria here until the point you reach where brought into profit sharing. Profit sharing ratio equal to something. Equal are the lowest capital. Are the lowest capital.
Yeah.
Who's capital? A. See, A has got the lowest capital, B and C has got higher relative capital for equal share. Now, practically looking at it also, no, you have to repay the partner who has given extra capital. Now, B and C, among B and C who has given the higher capital?
C.
C. So, you have to first pay off C. So, C's capital becomes 2 lakhs. You have to do it until the time you reach the profit sharing ratio, which is equal in this case. So, you have to pay the partner who has got a higher relative capital by taking the lowest capital base. So, A has got the lowest, don't pay him. Second lowest is B, don't pay him. Who has got the higher capital? C. So, you first pay him off. So, available 50,000, you're going to pay off. So, this C's capital. You're going to pay off C's capital 50,000. So, this becomes 0. And as I said, so you got now balance of 150 for A, 2 for B, 2 for C. Next realization. Realization, let us say, is 1 lakh. Now, whom you will pay 1 lakh?
B and C equally.
Very good. B and C equally. Fantastic. You have to pay B and C equally because I said until they come to profit sharing ratio, you have to pay the partner who's got higher capital. Now, between B and C is equal, and you have to bring it in line with A, who's got the lowest capital. So you pay him off 50. You pay him off 50, and realization. Plus payment to B and C. You're going to pay him off 1 lakh. Okay. 50,000, 50,000. 1 lakh. So now balance is nil. So you get the balance of 1 lakh 50. Now you have come in equal. I understood until the point you reach the profit sharing ratio. Until the point you reach the profit sharing ratio, the amount available should be distributed to the partner with a higher balance comparatively. So you need to check if there are 3 partners. Among 2 partners, who is the highest, first pay him off, and then come to the next, and then come last to the partner who's got the lowest balance. Now, fourth realization. Fourth realization is, let us say, 1 lakh 50. How will you distribute it?
A, B, and C.
Equally.
Because the profit sharing ratio is equal. Now you have come to the stage where you want to distribute equally because profit sharing ratio is equal. That's all. All realization is over. Now the last amount, what is left out? 1 lakh, 1 lakh. This is something you can't pay. So it's a loss to partners. That's all. This is how you need to do a problem on piecemeal distribution under higher relative capital method. Any doubt in this? This is something where you have to apply a little bit of a mathematical logic. So there's no formula and all here. The rule I said is keep paying. We need to pay partners having higher relative capital compared to other partners until the point of capital account balances reaching or the capital account balances are in profit sharing ratio. After that, after the capital reaches profit sharing ratio, available cash realization can be distributed to partners in what ratio? Profit sharing ratio. Once you reach the profit sharing ratio, the capital also should reflect the profit sharing ratio, because the profit sharing ratio is equal, whereas the capital ratio is different here. You could see that. Your capital also should come to the point of profit sharing ratio. Until the point you keep paying the partner who's got a higher capital, and then finally you pay to the partner who's got the lowest. And then once you reach that profit sharing ratio, the capital account balances reach the profit sharing ratio. What do? You distribute the available cash in profit sharing ratio. So that completes the problem. This is what we refer to as piecemeal distribution under higher relative capital method. Are you able to follow the concept behind it?
Yes, sir.
If you have done this in your school, or I mean, your college or elsewhere?
I haven't.
You haven't done so far. Anyone of you have done it in your college or school anywhere? None of you have done this so far. Okay. Very, very interesting actually, but it's one everything. This is nothing like a formula based or something like this. It's purely based on application of the calculation methodology. In school days, you would have come across lowest common factor, highest common factor, lowest common multiple, highest common multiple, and all that. So, அந்த மாதிரி ஒரு கான்செப்ட் தான் நம்ம யார் வந்து ஹையஸ்ட் கேபிட்டல் அவங்க ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பே பண்றோம், அதுக்கப்புறம் பேஸ் ஈக்குவலா பண்ணிட்டு ப்ராஃபிட் ஷேரிங் ரேஷியோல you have to until the capital reaches the profit sharing. In the example what I took, the profit sharing ratio was equal, but it can be different also. So you have to come to the point where the capital account becomes in the profit sharing ratio. The capital account comes to profit sharing ratio. Then you can distribute the available cash in profit sharing ratio. This is the first method called higher relative capital method. Of course, we'll come to the next method later. We'll do a problem on this first now, and then we'll go to the other method. If you've got any doubts, please let me know. So I'll put up a question here, and we'll do a simple problem. Then it'll be easy for you to follow. Okay. Are you able to see the screen?
Yes, sir.
The following is the balance sheet of Mrs. A, B and C, who share profits and losses in the ratio of 2:1. 2:1. And asset side, we've got liabilities. Assets side, cash in hand 14,000. Debtors 84,000. Stock 1,54,000. Furniture and fixtures 70,000. Sundry creditors 1,05,000. capital account of A 1,05,000. Capital account of B 84,000. Capital account of C 28,000. Balance sheet total is 3,22,000. Okay. The firm was dissolved. The assets were realized gradually. Rupees 70,000 was first received and rupees 1,05,000 was received next. And rupees 60,000, 63,000 finally. So, how the amount to be distributed? How the amount is to be distributed among partners? Higher relative capital or proportionate capital. Two names for that. Okay, so let's proceed for the solution now. The format what I gave you remains the same. So let us copy paste the format for format I'm copying, but the headings will change as per the question. So what are the items? Cash in hand you have got. You don't have any bank loan, but you got sundry creditors. You have any partner loan? No, so ignore it. A's capital of 1,05,000. C's capital of 84,000. C's capital of 28,000. What is the profit sharing ratio? 2:2:1. Profit sharing ratio 2:2:1. Until you reach 2:2:1, you have to keep paying the higher partner having higher capital. So the capital account is here, the creditors is here. So what is the cash balance? Remove the numbers. Cash balance develop upon 14,000. The question. Creditors 1,05,000. So if you available cash balance, less payment to creditors. Minus 14,000. Minus 14,000. So you got 0 here. You got 91 here. So first realization. What is the first realization? Can you tell me? 70,000. The 70,000 is the first realization. You are going to use it for whom? The available 70,000, you are going to use it for payment of whom?
Sundry
Creditors.
creditors.
So you have to first pay outside parties. Outside parties you have to pay. So 70,000 is sundry creditors. So here, I put it here. Realization, less payment to creditors. You are going to pay off creditors. So minus 70,000 is gone, and creditors minus 70,000. So creditors balance becomes what? Balance of cash is 0 now. Balance of creditors is 21,000. Have you understood or not, dear students? Kindly acknowledge.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Are you able to understand or not? At least say yes or no or something so that I can move on. Otherwise,
Yes,
I'll have a
sir.
difficulty. Okay, thank you. So here you have done that. The second realization. What is the second realization? How much is the amount? 1,05,000.
1,05,000.
Out of which you need, you need only 21,000. So less payment to creditors. $21,000 minus 21,000. So this becomes 0. This becomes 84. Balance. So now you got 84,000 as balance. This 84,000 you need to decide whom to pay first. Now look at between A, B, and C who's got the lowest capital. For one share, he has got 28. 2 shares, he should have got 56. He should have got 56. Carefully observe, very important step. I am going from the lowest capital. Who's got the lowest capital here among the three? For one share, C has got 28. For two share, B should have got 56. And for two shares, A should have got 56. So A and B has got higher capital compared to C. So we will be paying whom first? A and B. Among A and B, who's got higher capital? A. Among A and B, who's got higher capital? A. So A to B को ratio and 2:2. 84 வர carefully observe, dear students. A and B has got 2:2. Now you have decided that C has got nothing to do now because C has got the lowest capital. Whatever available cash you have to pay between A and B. Between A and B, you will pay whom first comes into the question. So the question is very simple. For 2:2, lowest capital is now B. For 2, B has got 84, whereas A has got 80. Instead of 84, we got 105. Who has got a higher capital between A and B? Who has got a higher capital between A and B? Equal ratio between A and B, 2:2. Who has got a higher capital between A and B?
Yes.
A has got a higher capital. So you need to first pay A, reach a point of 84, and then between A and B equally you distribute until you reach, you have to note it down. So 2:1, 2:1, 28 for C, 56 for B, 56 for A. In the point வரைக்கும் you have to only pay AB first. And between A and B, you have to come to 84, then distribute equally between A and B, 84. And lastly, once you reach 56, 28, then you start distributing in profit sharing ratio. Let me repeat. Compare ABC, whoever's got the lowest capital, don't pay him anything. Compare it to the profit sharing ratio. So for one share, C has got 28, B should have got 56, A should have got 56, but they've got much higher capital. So ignore C for time being until this point. நீங்க என்ன பண்ணணும்னா இந்த 2:1 ரேஷியோல லோவஸ்ட் கேபிட்டல் யார் இருக்கோ அதை பேஸ் பண்ணி நீங்க நோட் பண்ணி வச்சுக்கோங்க. இந்த பாயிண்ட் ரீச் பண்ற வரைக்கும் you don't pay in profit sharing ratio. After you reach this point of capital, you pay in profit sharing ratio. Until you reach this point, what you should do, you should pay between the partners who has got a higher capital. So I told you between A and B, A has got higher capital. So I'm going to first pay off A, 21,000. I got an 84,000 balance, less payment to A. Carefully observe. I'm going to pay him 21,000. Why is it so? Because when I pay A 21,000, between A and B it becomes 84,800. So that I am making it as 2:2 equal. Now between A and B, I keep distributing equally until I reach this point. Are you able to follow me or not? The balance cash, I'll be paying A and B. Less. So now I have got 84 minus 21. What is the balance? 63. I'm going to use 63 to repay A and B until it becomes 56, 28. So 56, 28 I can pay 28, I can pay 28. This is max time, full max time. Okay. So I'm going to pay less to A and B. I'm going to pay 56. How I got this 56, I'll tell you. Minus 28 equal minus 28. So 84 28 by 56,000, 28,000. So to reach this point, I am deriving this figure. Already they got 84. What amount if I pay, it will become 56. If I pay 28, it will become 56. So I am deriving that figure mathematically in order to come to this point. All of you are clear?
Yes, sir.
And so here I am paying A and B 56,000, 28, and the balance becomes this. I got another 7,000 left out. This 7,000 I'm going to pay now between A, B, C in profit sharing ratio. What is profit sharing ratio? 2:2:1. So the 7,000 at 2:2:1. They've come to the point of profit sharing ratio. The capital has come to the point. Look at this. This is a point. This is the point where I told you already. You have to reach the point of lowest capital base of 2:2:1 to backward. So you 1 to 28, not 2 to 56, 2 to 56. So on the point reach, you have to pay the higher partners. Capital partners having higher capital. So this is basically a figure which is derived to arrive at. So 28 and 28 is nothing but mathematically derived to arrive at a closing balance of 56, 56, 28. So after that, my available balance of 7,000, I'm going to distribute in 2:2:1. So 28, 4, 1, 4. Now I'll get closing balance. Balance available cash is nil. 56 28 53 200. 56 14 எவ்வளவு வரும்பா 56 2:2:1 2:2:1 sorry
2:2:1 sir.
282814 282814 so 53 200 so 28 14 போயிடுச்சுனா 26 now this is the closing balance and last realization. What is the amount of last realization? 63,000. 63,000 profit sharing ratio பிரிச்சு கொடுப்போம். This payment to ABC profit sharing ratio 2:2:1 ratio. Can you split the 63 into 2:2:1 ratio?
$25,200 sir.
Okay, 25,200.
25,200.
13, 12,600. So this is the final balance which you cannot pay because you don't have cash, which is a loss.
Excuse me, sir. So two people are waiting.
200, 25, 200, 28, 28, 14. So from the loss in the ratio, the split are the loss is getting split in what ratio? Final loss. Please tell me. Hello. Hello. நான் பண்ணிட்டேன் accept பண்ணிட்டேன். Okay. So the final figure of loss is in what ratio now?
2:2:1.
2:2:1.
Super. Magic money. Is this accounting or max? So final figure I'll show you once again. The final realization of 63,000 I'm distributing in profit sharing ratio, and after that there's no further realization. That means the balance is a loss to be borne by partners. A will bear 28,000, B will bear 28,000, and C will bear 14,000. It is automatically the profit sharing ratio because you have paid the partners with a higher relative capital, and you brought the capital in the profit sharing ratio. And after that, you are distributing the available cash in profit sharing ratio. So automatically, the unpaid amount, which is referred to as a loss here, will represent or will come in automatically in profit sharing ratio. Have you understood or not?
Yes, sir.
So this is partnership accounts piecemeal distribution. Do you think it's accounting or max?
Max sir.
Max here. Accounting, but we are applying max here. Why? In school days, this is where my real problem started in mathematics in school, LCF, HCF. I really started finding max as difficult. 7th standard, if my memory is right, I started learning this. My max teacher taught HCF, LCF, LCM and all that. I got utterly confused. So then I realized max is not my cup of tea. I realized it in my 7th standard. I have understood it now. Too long. It's okay. You understood it now. I taught you better in terms of making you understand, or rather, you're all better than me in understanding it. Dear students, you have any doubts Are you able to follow? You
Sir.
find this easy, difficult? I'm able to understand, not able to understand? See, I'll repeat the steps. You keep paying the third parties, come to the partner's capital, identify them whether they are in profit sharing ratio. If the capital is in profit sharing ratio, no problem at all. Then there's a simple cakewalk. Every amount available, you keep distributing in profit sharing ratio. But the real problem is it will not be in profit sharing. It will be in different ratio. Capital ratio will be different. Profit sharing ratio will be different. So you have to bring the capital ratio to profit sharing ratio. How to do that? You keep paying the partners with a higher capital first. And so that keep the lowest partner aside. Keep paying the higher partners. Among the higher partners, who has got highest, pay him off first. ஏன்னா நான் தான் நிறைய கேபிட்டல் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், 5 லட்சம் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், நீங்க எல்லாம் ஒரு லட்சம் தான் கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. இருக்கிற அமௌண்ட் எனக்கு பே பண்ணுவீங்களா, ஈக்குவலா நம்ம டிஸ்ட்ரிபியூட் பண்ணிப்போம் ப்ராஃபிட் ஷேரிங் ரேஷியோ. ஒரு பிசினஸ் பண்ணும்போது பிராக்டிகலா திங்க் பண்ணி பாருங்க. நான் 5 lakhs கேபிட்டல் கொடுத்துருக்கேன், நீங்க ஆளுக்கு 1 lakh கொடுத்துருக்கீங்க. எனக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் நான் இருக்கிற பேலன்ஸ் நான் எடுத்துப்பேனா இல்ல ப்ராஃபிட் ஷேரிங் ரேஷியோல ஸ்பிட் பண்ணுவோமா? ப்ளீஸ் ஆன்சர் மீ. டோன்ட் ரிமைன் சைலண்ட்.
5 lakhs யாருக்கோ அவர் தான் சார் ஃபர்ஸ்ட்.
5 lakhs யாருக்கோ அவர் தான் ஹையர் ரிலேட்டிவ் கேபிட்டல். 1 lakh வர வரைக்கும் அவருக்கு கொடுத்துடணும். 1 lakh வந்த அப்புறம் ப்ராஃபிட் ஷேரிங் ரேஷியோ. ஏன்னா அவங்க ரெண்டு பேரும் 1 lakh தான், நான் மட்டும் தான் 5 lakhs. எனக்கு இருக்கிற 4 lakhs ஃபர்ஸ்ட் பே பண்ணணும். அதுதான் ஹையர் ரிலேட்டிவ் கேபிட்டல். That is what is appropriate when the firm is getting dissolved. Do you agree or you disagree?
Agree, sir.
Agree, sir.
சரி, நான் 5 lakhs கொடுத்துருக்கேன், முத்து செல்வன் 2 lakhs கொடுத்துருக்காரு, இவர் ஸ்ரீஹரி 1 lakh கொடுத்துருக்காரு. அப்போ ஸ்ரீஹரிக்கு கடைசியா தான் வரும். முத்து செல்வனுக்கு ஒரு 1 lakh கொடுத்துடணும், எனக்கு ஒரு 1 lakh கொடுத்துடணும். எனக்கு ஃபர்ஸ்ட் கொடுத்துடணும், நான் 3 lakhs எடுத்துருவேன். அப்ப எனக்கு when I take 3 lakhs, I will have balance 2 lakhs, முத்து செல்வன் will have 2 lakhs, ஸ்ரீஹரி will have 1 lakh. Then I will get 1 lakh, Muthu Selvan will get 1 lakh. Then all of us will become 1 lakh, 1 lakh, 1 lakh. But let us say it's a profit sharing ratio is equal. Then we'll start distributing among ourselves equally, profit sharing ratio. Understood or not?
Understood,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Actually very simple, but you have to get that point. And the point பிடிக்கணும் நீங்க. அந்த பாயிண்ட் விட்டீங்கன்னா அது ஒண்ணும் பண்ண முடியாது. சோ இந்த யாருக்கு கேபிட்டல் ஹையரா இருக்கோ அவங்களை பே பண்ணிட்டே வரணும். அதுக்கப்புறம் கடைசியா லாஸ்டா once the profit sharing ratio and capital ratio matches, in fact you have to keep paying until the time the profit sharing ratio and capital ratio is same. That is, your capital should be in profit sharing ratio mathematically. So here is where ratio proportions, mathematics, ratio proportions, highest common factor, lowest common multiple, the highest lowest common factor, all that applies here. Understood or not?
Clear,
Yes,
sir.
Good. Excellent. Thank you for your confirmation, because it's fairly simple, but I want you to get that picture right. Once you get the picture right, this is simplest actually. Honestly, very simplest. Just a simple mathematically keep on distributing the available cash. Little time consuming. In exam also it will be little time consuming, but if you're practicing more problems, you'll be able to do it quickly and grab your marks. Concept ரொம்ப thorough understand பண்ணிக்கோங்க. Just apply your mind and see what is happening here, how to do this exercise. Or reiterative process நம்ம பண்ணிட்டே வந்துட்டு come to this point where capital ratio and profit sharing ratio is you're actually arriving at that point. You're actually arriving at the point by paying off the partners who's got the higher capital. Then onwards you keep distributing the available funds, money in the firm in profit sharing ratio. That's all. That is about higher related capital method. I may do one more problem in the next class before starting off with maximum loss method. So maximum loss method or 1 or 2 problems for the topic. So I may need 1 or 2 classes to finish off this partnership. So marathon, it's going on. So many things are involved in it. Okay. So after that, we need to decide what topic to start. So tomorrow is Wednesday. We are going to continue with process costing. And we have done problems on type 1. We have just started off with type 2 equivalent production. We continue with that. Very, very important lessons, my dear students. Don't ever even miss one class for whatever reason. You can't just catch it up, because I observe that students take leave for some reason or other. I don't have a problem, because at the end of the day, what happens is, so it accumulates and you're missing a golden opportunity of learning things live. And of course, recorded classes are always there, no problem. But at least நீங்க 1-2 மிஸ் பண்ணா பரவாயில்ல, நிறைய கிளாஸ் மிஸ் பண்ண அக்யூமுலேட் ஆகும். அப்புறம் எல்லாத்தையும் ரெக்கார்டட் கிளாஸ்ல பாக்குற மாதிரி ஆகும். I know it has got its own challenges. I'm not denying that. But உங்களுக்காக தான் அந்த லைவ் கிளாஸே வருது. லைவ் ரெக்கார்டுங்கிறது இருக்கவே இருக்கு. பட் நான் சொன்னேன் இல்லையா, இந்த ப்ராஃபிட் ரைட் இன்கார்பரேஷன், போஸ்ட் இன்கார்பரேஷன் லைவா போட்டிருக்கோம். மேனேஜர் ரெமுனரேஷன் we have done in live class. இதெல்லாம் ரொம்ப ஹேண்டியா இருக்கும். So don't miss any class. Please don't miss. This is your priority. My priority, your priority, our all priority is attending classes. So அதுக்கப்புறம் தான் எல்லாமே. Okay. So kindly ensure that you're attending all the classes without missing. And it's all a 1.5 hour session, which you can definitely allot time for this. And don't get carried away with anything else, because your priority number one is professional course. Okay. For earlier the better. Strike the iron while it is hot. What we say. Strike the iron while it is hot. This is the right time to complete the course. ஆற போட்டீங்கன்னா அவ்வளவுதான். ஆறுன கஞ்சி பழங்கஞ்சி. Postponement, procrastination, to a certain extent is allowed, but postponing, procrastinating, everything delaying. ஒரு ஸ்டூடெண்ட் கேட்டா ஒரு குரூப் இப்போ எழுதலாம்னா இல்ல சார் நான் அடுத்த தடவை எழுதுறேங்கிறான். அடுத்த தடவை கேட்டா அடுத்த தடவை எழுதலைங்கிறான். ஸோ அப்படியே போயிட்டே இருக்க வேண்டியது. அப்புறம் பார்த்தா எக்ஸாமை பார்த்தாலே ஒரு பயம் வந்துடும். என்ன இது? ஸோ நம்ம எல்லாம் ஒரு வார கம்யூனிகேஷனோட போகும்போது என்ன ட்ரைனிங், என்ன ஒரு கிரிக்கெட்டர் என்ன ட்ரைனிங் எடுக்கிறார், என்ன பிராக்டிஸ் எடுக்கிறார். சச்சின் டெண்டுல்கர், ஈவன் தோ இஸ் a master blaster, every day morning he goes at 4 o'clock and he gets his coaching done. அவர் கோச் பத்தி ஏதோ சொல்லியிருக்காரு இல்லையா? ஸோ போட்டு பெண்டு நிறுத்திடுவாங்க. நீங்க எவ்வளவு பெரிய மாஸ்டர் பிளாஸ்டர் வேணா இருக்கலாம், பட் ஓடு கிரவுண்ட் 4 தடவை ஓட தான் ஓடணும், வேற வழி கிடையாது. Cannot say now I am Tendulkar, I cannot run 4 rounds in the ground, means then you cannot become. So you don't sit on past laurels of ground. So he has to keep doing. Same thing applies to us. We have to keep doing things. We cannot relax at all. Okay. So kindly go through the institute study material, work out additional problems on this topic, whatever we have covered, amalgamation and all that. Have a clear timetable, prepare well, be professional student, be meticulous, be systematic. இன்னைக்கு 4 மணி நேரம் படிக்கிறேன், நாளைக்கு ஒன்றும் படிக்கல அப்படியெல்லாம் இருக்கவே கூடாது. Systematic, meticulous, whatever it is to be done for that, make necessary arrangements. You have to do that. If you have household work, if you have some college work, you have to tell your college professor, sir, today I cannot come, sir, I have personal, whatever. Like that, you have to arrange yourself. If you got a personal work, you arrange it. Make people work, because you will not get the time. Okay, will you do that? Yeah, kindly prioritize, plan, study well, and night 11:30 வரைக்கும் படிங்கோ. அதுக்கு முன்னாடி தூக்க போகாதீங்கோ at any cost. Even though you may have a habit of sleeping at 9:30 and all, for time being keep it aside. 9:30 எல்லாம் முடியாது, 11:30 minimum. And then before 12 o'clock you have to sleep, otherwise next day will come, then it will spoil the next day, effectiveness வரும். 11:30 தூங்கிடுமோ, மறுநாள் காத்தால 5:30 maximum, not beyond that. No, don't sleep beyond 5:30 in the bed. You are not allowed, you can't afford. Wake up, study per day on an average clock 8 to 10 hours minimum. Then you will definitely clear the exam without a hassle. Okay, will you do that?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Great. Well, I'm really happy about it personally, because whatever I do here, it's for your benefit. I'm happy that you're getting benefit out of it. Continue to attend all the classes. I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Take care. Have a great day ahead. Bye.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. Bye, sir.
Thank you. Bye.